Welcome back to the Korean Open. Time now for men's action from the gold medal final. And it's an all-Korean affair. Young Youngsik against a man that has won this title before, JOO Saehyuk. And we've once again got that classic combination of attacker versus defender, which should provide us with a fascinating encounter. Well, Young-sik is world ranked 20 at the moment. Nearest the camera in the darker shirt. Number 4 seed for this tournament with the absence of the Chinese players. And his opponent, JOO Saehyuk, 35 years of age now. And for many people's money in the last 10 years or so, the best defender in the game. Certainly inspired a whole generation of players to start to play the defensive style of table tennis, away from the table, putting backspin on the ball, but also with a fabulous counter-attack. World ranked 16 at the moment is JOO, seeded number 3, has been as high as 5 in the world. That's how good he was as a defensive player. Which, when you consider when he was at his peak, he had the likes of Wang Liqin and Wang Hao to contend with. Pretty impressive stuff. Oh, this is good control from both men, and that is a quite superb put away. Jung just waiting his moment, got the ball round about half table, got it high enough, and watch him put this away on the angle. In fact, that was a little bit deeper than half table, so that was well found.
Go. 4-1. Go. 1-5.
Well, this is a defender's worst nightmare, really, coming up against a topspin player that is patient, controlling, and picking the right ball to hit. Yeah, good response. JOO, the veteran, deciding to go on the offense that time. Just putting a bit of topspin on the ball himself. Oh, not this time. JOO is playing this so comfortably that we're not really getting an impression of just how much backspin this man gets on the ball. But what is also impressive is the amount of time he seems to have to make those shots.
6-3.
But that's clever. Jung, a very, very nice play, and actually gets the point quite cheaply there, so maintains his lead. Comfortably so, 6-3 in game 1. Oh, good. Just got that shot right down the centre of the table, into the body. And for once, the more experienced man just caught, unable to manoeuvre himself to get a blade correctly on that ball. Well, that's why JOO is trying to stay in the rallies. He's looking for more free points like that. But I don't think there'll be too many of them. Jung is on a very good run, Australian Open winner back in March. That was his first ever World Tour title, and he's desperate to qualify for Rio, so he will certainly have his mind very much focused on what he needs to do, and a win here in front of the home fans. A Super Series event would be the perfect boost. For JOO, well, he really has been there and got the t-shirt. 2003 World Championship individual silver medal and World Cup individual bronze as late as 2011. And he's underpinned the Korean team for a long time. 4 Asian Games team silvers, 2 World Championship team silvers in 06 and 08, and then that fabulous silver at the Olympics in 2012. Has he got 1 more games in him? That's an easy kill. Don't come much easier than that. And a quick bow of apology to the senior player for putting that away so effectively. Oh, good shot. Really nice return from JOO. That came back around about half table and it looked like it had sat up, but it was absolutely loaded with spin. Very important that as a topspin player playing against a defender, your footwork is good, you're prepared to keep moving, keep doing the work to get around the ball, and that you pick the right ball to attack. And if it's too tough to attack, you'll see Jung just slide his blade underneath the ball and just drop it back over the net. But more often than not, he'll use his topspin. This is good work from JOO. Beautiful. What an exceptional rally. Vintage JOO Saehyuk. That was quite exceptional from the 35-year-old. Lovely variation of topspin and backspin before he finally came around on the forehand and crunched it. What a loop. That expansive shot the defenders have to play with their slower rubber on the bat. Looked good. Looked very good. He's back in again. Not this time though. Well, Jung has had to work hard, but he would have expected exactly that, but he's worked well in this first game. And he's got JOO under some pressure here. So 2 serves to come from JOO, but Jung has 2 game points. Tries the drop shot, doesn't work. One game point left then for Jung. Oh, and he gets an edge. Well, that's cruel for JOO to finish game 1. But Jung will take that. And against a player of this caliber, you're going to need just the occasional slice of luck, and he got one there. So good first game, 11-9. Young Youngsik leads against JOO Saehyuk. Well, if game 1 was anything to go by between these two, then we're in for a really good match. Closest to the camera for game 2, the man in the orange shirt, the veteran now, I guess you'd say, 35 years of age, JOO Saehyuk, who for so long has flown the flag for Korean men's table tennis and has been a fabulous player in his own right. He's still a fabulous player and still one of the leading exponents of the defensive game. But he's up against a player who seems to have his measure at the moment. And Young Youngsik has looked very good, the man in the black shirt at the far end of the table. And it's the classic encounter, using topspin to nullify the backspin defence of his opponent. Well, first backhand we've seen him hit for a while. More often than not, he's run round the forehand to control the ball. Great work, great work. Little reminder there that if you are going to drop the ball just over the net, you've got to do it with some sort of control, otherwise JOO is on it in a flash. Watch the footwork. That's superb.
1-4.
Good comeback though. Well, Young must be feeling some pressure, but he really has responded well.
5.
And his determination here is apparent. This is very forceful play from Jung. Into the body again, and that's an area where JOO has struggled a bit today.
One, 7.
So much talk in recent years about the fact that defensive players may disappear altogether from table tennis at the highest level.
9-1.
And for you defensive fans out there, you will be delighted to see the likes of JOO still plying his trade. But it's a tough way to win on the international stage, no doubt about it, and he's finding it tough here. But let's take nothing away from Jung. This is all about how he's playing this game, and it's working well. Good tactics, even better execution. 9 game points for 2-0. Well, JOO definitely wasn't too interested in the end of that game. As far as he's concerned, that's over. Let's start 0-0 again next game and see where we can go. He's got the experience and the nous to get himself back in this game, but I think, unfortunately for him, and he probably realises this as well, Young Youngsik is going to have a little drop in his approach to the game. 11-9, 11-1, looking very good for the 20-year-old. Korea guaranteed a winner in the men's side of the draw. They nearly got a woman through to the final on the women's side of the draw, but not quite. And the problem of where does JOO go from here is one that occurs frequently for defenders. And so long as his opponent keeps that lovely footwork, keeps the movement, keeps working hard with that forehand topspin, then JOO is going to find this very difficult. 2-love then to Jung as we go into game 3. Oh, and 10 more of those would do nicely. Right off the end of the table. And even with the skills that these guys possessed, that was still unplayable for Jung. Went for the top spin. Oh, he's done it again. A big smile from Jung this time. These are not planned, I can promise you. They are incredibly precise, deep shots, but that's a little too close for comfort. Skids away off the edge. We'll get those from time to time and get them against us as well. And that's very nicely played. JOO deciding to go on the attack, Jung waiting for it. But that's what the modern defender has to do. You've got to serve very tough. You've got to be prepared for either a third or a fifth ball attack if it sits up. But I think what JOO does so well is that variation. I'm just going to have a quick look at the ball here. Jung says, as far as he's concerned, there's a crack in it. So the umpires will change the ball. We'll see a little exchange just to make sure both players are happy with the new ball. And it really is a case of new balls for the world of table tennis, with the polymer balls coming into play now. So the change made, away we go. But JOO has always been very clever with his variation of backspin. He doesn't make every single chop absolutely loaded. He will sit the odd one up here and there and tempt the player. A bit like a good spin bowler in cricket, with variation in deliveries. No, that was impetuous from JOO, and he's handed a couple of pretty easy points back to his opponent here, which has cancelled out the 2 edges that he's had.
Three, 4. 5, 3. 5, 4.
Well, for once, a forehand goes astray from Jung.
Or five, 6.
It's very tough out there for JOO. Jung refusing to give anything in this third game.
7.
And he's forcing JOO into some tactics that he's not as completely comfortable with. Committed to an attacking shot there, which was blocked back very nicely from Jung. That's the block, and that's what won him the point. JOO just not quite quick enough into that next forehand.
Left, 7, 5. 7, 6.
Little groan from the crowd. I think Jung has got plenty of supporters. Well, an error from him, but you saw how much backspin there is on the ball in the way that that kicked off and downwards from his bat on that last point. So 7-all. JOO back in it again. Can he make it count this time?
Eight.
Wow.
7.
Looked like an attacker there, not a defender, did JOO? And this is what those years of experience give you, the ability to make these decisions at the highest level and make them before the game has disappeared away from you.
8, 7.
And he's doing a really good job here. And he's definitely in game 3. Does that mean he's in this final? Is he back in business against the young attacker?
8.
Oh, tries a similar sort of serve, but Jung gets lucky there. The spin killing it off the top of the net. Eight-all. Can't see JOO coming back into this match from 3-0 down. Oh, he's trying to stay in the rallies on the top spin, but the blade and the rubber that he has are attuned to a slower defensive and backspin game. That was the chance to kill it. He didn't. Jung again very, very fast with his block. 9-8, 3-0 will be dream territory for the youngster.
9.
Put away off the bounce on the backhand. Jung annoyed with himself because that was a very weak attempt at a drop shot. Sat right up. He's not going to miss those. Well, in terms of the spectacle and in terms of the neutral fan, then I think JOO to win this game would be just what we need. And he's got a chance to do that. 10-9. JOO Saehyuk is back in it. Can he make this count? 1 game point. Services have been good this game. Good again, but it's Jung that's on the attack. Lovely chop. Oh, and the backspin just killed that ball dead. Fell off the top of the net onto the table and bounced back on itself, and there was no chance at all for Jung to return it. And the third slice of good luck for JOO Saehyuk in game 3 eventually gives him the game. He is back in this final, but still trails by 1. It should be game on in the Korean Open final between two of Korea's finest players.
1.
And nearest the camera, JOO Saehyuk, long regarded as one of the best defenders ever to grace the game. The 35-year-old is still in it, clawing things back in game 3 with a touch of luck here and there, but some very good play as well. And he starts well in the 4th game, 2-0 up against Jung at the far end, Young Youngsik.
1, 4.
Australian Open winner back in March earlier this year. That was his first ITTF world title, and he said after that event it's the start of his qualification process for Rio. He's desperate to be there. Beat his compatriot Jang Woojin 4-1 in the semi-finals. JOO Saehyuk came through against a rather out of sorts Koki Niwa. We're not quite sure what the problem was, but Koki just didn't look like he wanted to be here in Korea.
3, 4.
Kind of drifted through a quarter-final match, but was hammered by JOO in the semis, 4-0. And JOO's early good work in this 4th game has been undone. He'll be disappointed with that. Poor return into the middle of the net. For those of you that haven't tried to play a defensive game, who play a bit of table tennis, it's well worth a go. It's great fun. Do it properly though. Try and do it with a defensive bat and defensive rubbers. But it puts all sorts of different stresses and strains on the body to that of a topspin game.
4-3.
Jung really handling himself well in this final. Lost the last one and was unlucky to do so. But he's come out in this game still pushing hard.
3.
Yeah, good shot. Really good forehand. Driven hard onto the backhand of JOO. And not able to get the kind of shot that he wanted onto the ball. Just not given time.
3-5. 3-6.
Oh, that is excellent play. Nice.
4.
Little punched backhand from Jung, but JOO was waiting for it. And he's guided a very nice topspin forehand past his opponent. Precision hitting. Watch him hit the corner of the table here. Great work.
Six, 5.
Well, sometimes when you're going for the topspin shots, you just don't manage to brush the back of the ball. Valuable point for JOO.
Six, 4.
Nice work. Good forehand, but it came back absolutely loaded, but with good depth, and that was the point. Just to watch this adjustment that Jung has to make. Just has to skip back a fraction before he hits that forehand, and that's what cost him. Good depth on that chop from JOO. Little variation in spin, but well read by Jung. Digging them out now, though. Bit of side spin as well.
Six.
Oh, and finally misses the table. It was a heck of a rally. The worrying thing for JOO is that he put everything into it and still came up with nothing. Intriguing match.
7. Oh.
Flick on the backhand, missed. 7 apiece. This is where the fitness starts to count. JOO looking the fresher of the two men, despite giving 15 years away to Jung. Well, these are the periods of play that we wait for in a match. Both men now fully warm, right up to speed with the conditions and each other's game. And we're seeing some high-class rallies. Jung once again wrestles a single-point lead. And at last, JOO looks like he's taken a bit of a breather there.
Seven, 9.
Good tickle, I think, on the net tape. Forced a change in shot from JOO. Yeah, there it was. Still tried to get it back very, very tight across the net, but it didn't happen. Good little lead for Jung, but a great serve from JOO. Oh, that was sensational. Well played, Jung, and equally, almost, well played, JOO. This was a hell of a forehand and beautifully blocked. It's a really good read, and he stays nice and calm, and that was guided. That was properly played by Jung. That wasn't just solely reactions. Superb table tennis for 2 game points then to Young Youngsik. This for a 3-1 lead in the final. Not this time. One left. It's funny how those net touches go for you sometimes and against you sometimes. It's not happened for Jung in that respect in this game. JOO's had most of the luck. 1 game point left. It's really, really good work and very, very good table tennis. That was a fantastic game to watch. And it's Jung that claims the honours by 11 points to 9, giving him a 3-1 lead against JOO Saehyuk. And that little shake of the head from JOO, confirmation that it is very hot and very hard work out there. And Jung is giving him almost nothing. He leads 3-1. Welcome to what has been a fantastic men's final here at the Korean Open. 5th Super Series event of 6 on the GAC Group ITTF World Tour. A really good advert once again for defensive table tennis from JOO Saehyuk, but he's not had it his own way. The man in your picture, Young Youngsik, has been very good indeed, and he leads 3-1. Just one more game required then from Jung to win his first Super Series title. What is becoming a very good season for him. It's always the case that when the top European and top Chinese players are not at the party, it's a chance for everybody else to cash in. And these two have done exactly that. Oh, superb. Well, last game was a feast, and both men still look like they're in absolutely tip-top form. Belting shots, lovely block, but that forehand response so accurately hit by JOO that it encouraged him to have another go, but he's missed the table this time. Could have done with 3-0. All the time that he allows Jung to stay there or thereabouts, it's not far away for the attacker to get himself back into the lead with a couple of well-timed forehands. And he can't afford that either. A forced error, yes, but an error still from JOO. Wow, well, there was a backhand in the middle of that rally. I'm sure you saw it from this end on camera. JOO hit the ball on the backhand. It had so much spin on it that it moved from side to side in the air before finally landing on the table. But even that, not good enough. Another wonderful forehand, just tucking JOO up. This time misses the topspin, 3-all. 6 points, and you're allowed to towel down every 6 points. rule that was introduced because players were starting to towel down every point. Still remember those days, goodness me, that was hard work sometimes watching games.
Four, three.
Couple of misses then for Jung. Great work. Great work. Very late switch to hit that diagonal. Used that shot quite a lot at the start of this game, but then missed it a couple of times and hasn't hit it much. But watch him change this late in the day and hits that very tight short angle. Good work from Jung.
Four, five. Five.
That's an exceptional hit, and he put everything into it. You can see by the way his shirt is all over the place. That was a massive flailing forearm. And in all honesty, JOO did well to get a bat on it.
5, 6.
Oh, this is good for Jung, keeping the pressure on. Keeps responding.
Six. Or. Seven. 6.
JOO is trying absolutely everything at his disposal. And let's face it, he's got plenty of weapons, he's got plenty of things there. But he is struggling to make it happen, and he's going to have to fight all the way if he's going to get anything out of this final, because Jung is still looking very good. Look at that movement from side to side around the back of the table from the looper. Hitting some great top spins here, but very good responses from JOO. Brilliant, brilliant changes of angle. JOO dealt with the first one, didn't deal with the second one, straight down the middle of the table.
Six. 9.
And I'm afraid now the writing on the wall. JOO in trouble here. Jung has got the upper hand. He's got that little cushion of 3 points, which at this level is invaluable. And now he's going to try and make the most of it.
9. 7. Left. 9. 7.
Trying to keep that service tight, but just clipping the net. So, service replayed.
Left. 9. 7.
And again now, what does he do with this third serve? And What is JOO thinking? Same serve, same return, and we're into another rally. Oh, that's good table tennis. JOO put under severe pressure in that rally by Jung, but he dealt with it well. Take nothing away from the 35-year-old. This has been a really fabulous performance from him in a match that could have disappeared away from him long ago, but he's hung in there. Well, this is great fun to watch. Brilliant, brilliant play from JUNG Youngsik, and very emotional reaction to beating one of the heroes of Korean table tennis in JOO Saehyuk. But I think we may have seen the start of what is the autumn of his career. For Jung, he is surely the future of Korean men's table tennis. That is a superb win for this young man. And having claimed his first World Tour event back in March, he's now claimed his first Super Series win in front of the home fans here in Korea. There'll be a lot of Super Series crown, the points that will help his qualification bid for Rio. It'll certainly help his top 15 ranking heading towards the grand finals in Lisbon. And the $26,000 US won't go amiss either. And JUNG Youngsik claims the Korean Open title in quite fabulous style here in Incheon. And he's done it by beating one of the superstars of Korean table tennis over the last 15 years or so. And this is how he finished it off. Worth going for. JOO had to take the chance, but clipped the net and missed. And the title was Jung's. So that's it for our coverage from the Korean Open. Thank you very much for your company over the last couple of days. And you'll have to wait until the start of August in Chengdu in China for the final Super Series of the season. We'll see you for that later on.